I worked with Michelle prior to her tenure at Northeastern, and I followed Michelle because she's the best leader that I've ever worked with. She has a lot of charisma. She can make everyone feel special, and she's truly very intentional in her approach.
She leads with compassion. She leads with courage, and the most important of all, she leads with humor. One of the reasons we felt that it was so important to nominate her, especially for this award, because this award is in honor of Bob Gatti, who was an HR champion. And Michelle is such a true HR champion through and through.
Ginger is an exceptional HR leader. She displays high integrity in absolutely everything she does. She coaches, mentors, and develops fantastic HR teams, both witnessed at Shire and at Biogen. You only have to look at the number of people from Ginger's teams that have gone on to be CHRO or other leadership HR positions across the Boston area to know how strong she is at coaching and developing talent.
And even over the past 15 years, primarily in the biotech space, as an HR leader through many a challenging acquisition or reorganization, Ginger brings empathy and really an engaged, positive style that really helps shape the success of the organizations that she plays a part in.
Kathy's leadership has just transformed our human resources department. She has a strong emphasis on anti-racism and equity and inclusion, and she has been able to, in a short time, dismantle many outdated practices and redesign policies that promote fairness and really foster a super inclusive workplace. She's just been a real asset to the agency and really centers people first. Her thought process is always focused on people and what people need to succeed in their jobs.
Maria is never afraid to go against the grain. Just because a company has done something one way, she's not afraid to shake things up and try it a different way. Maria has been an incredible mentor, not just to me, but our entire department and his entire organization. It's comforting to know when you come into work, you have a leader who has your back, and Maria has our backs.
Maria is the leader that we all aspire to be. We all look up to her. She is kind, she's courageous, she's respectful, she's humble, she's passionate. She's not only passionate about what she does at Cornerstone, but she's passionate about the employees. She's passionate about helping the employees get to where they need to be. She is just a wonderful leader.
Deborah is kind of the definition of what it means to have HR have a seat at the table. She proves to CEOs and executives and founders the value of HR and how it can have an impact not only on the culture, but its people, and driving the business results as a result of that, to not have turnover and have an engaged workforce. She's seen as a safe person to talk to that will always give you her honest opinion, but also kind of guide and coach managers and employees to kind of communicate better and work collectively together to run a more successful organization.
I have the pleasure of working with Carrie for almost 3 years now. I can confidently say she's like the most outstanding and exceptional HR leader I have worked with.
What makes her so special is that she creates the needed processes for employees and the company, but she implements them with humanity and, really importantly, flexibility. She gets that no policy or approach really fits everyone.
Her empathy level for the employees is what I would consider off the charts. I think she really does care about her job and all the people that work at the company.
On many occasions, she has made me feel seen and heard. I'm really grateful to have someone like her in our corner.
She's a transformational leader who's so good at figuring out how to use limited resources in a scalable way that lifts up the entire organization. Stylistically, Carrie is bold. She's direct, and she leads with a huge heart, choosing to do what's right and not necessarily what's easy.
As a result, our culture at Entrada is unparalleled. And just don't take my word for it. You can see it in the engagement with our teams, our employee retention, the external recognition we've received, and frankly, the vibe you get when you walk through our labs and offices.
Danny's about as genuine and authentic a leader you can find. He really created a wonderful culture here. Even in the depths of the pandemic, we'd log on to BeyondTech Zoom meetings and we were part of the solution. Smiles, high fives everywhere. It was high stress, but he has an excellent sense of humor and brought everybody along for the ride. And I think those accomplishments we'll take with us for the rest of our careers. And with Danny at the helm, it was just a pleasure to be part of.
When I think about Kristen, the first thing that comes to mind is empathy. She's just so caring of her team, the company, people in general. The challenges that Kristen faced during scaling a couple companies from 200-ish employees to well over 1,000 were tremendous. Just scaling our people, systems, and operations, building international teams and organizations, setting up international offices. There's so much that she did in such a short time. And I hope that someday we have the chance to work together again, because those years were some of the best of my career for many reasons, but one of them was because I got to work with Kristen.
When I think of Lisa, she's a very humble person. She's very approachable, not only for our HR team, but for all colleagues in Thermo Fisher. So she makes people feel very comfortable. I've seen her give many people, whether it's in the HR function or other functions, their first chance. And through good coaching, creating space for their development, we've really seen a lot of these colleagues reach their full potential. I've worked at Thermo Fisher for many years, and under her mentorship and leadership, I've really been able to accelerate my development.
Pete takes a people-first approach in everything he does. He listens, he empathizes, and he responds to the needs of our colleagues and our business in a caring and compassionate way. Pete has been able to rapidly evolve and modernize our human resources model to support a healthcare organization that was greatly impacted by the COVID-19 pandemic, all while navigating the challenges of bringing two brands together.
2 years ago, we went through a merger. I was faced with a personal decision. Do I stay? Do I go? Do I retire? But it was his caring, inclusive style and his approach to leadership that just made me want to go to work for him. And it probably might have been one of the best decisions I've ever made.
And that really is just a testament of how he supports others, how he involves others, and just how he gets people connected.
He allows us the autonomy to grow and learn and explore and try different ideas, but we always know that he has our back.
From the first conversation I had with Ron, I went from, this seems like a really nice person, to at the end of the conversation, I need to work for this person. And I've had that same thought process every day since.
He roots for everyone enthusiastically to do their best, and it does make you want to do better and just be a part of the great team with him.
He gets the best out of people. He assumes the best in people. He's incredibly easy to talk to, easy to work with.
He ignites people, and those ignited people come with their passions, and they use them, and I see that as a direct result of Ron's energy.
Linda's probably one of the most focused people on flawless execution. There are literally thousands of things that are thrown at HR on a daily basis, and Linda's really, really adept at keeping all the things running smoothly.
She is strong and confident, she's bright, and she's balanced with a big heart.
Her ability to be authentic and vulnerable with grace, I think, has helped our employees tremendously during a fair amount of uncertainty.
Tanya Phillip is a huge part of Vor's strong culture. She really cares about our employees deeply and always lets them know that their voice matters. She's always willing to roll up her sleeves and help her colleagues out, no matter how small the task may be. She's also been an integral part in making sure our culture has maintained the same throughout growth and changes. Finally, she's a fierce supporter of her team, and we're honored to work with such a great leader.
I think Kadesh could probably manage any resource tremendously and leverage it to the fullest. But perhaps what makes her the most extraordinary is that she manages our most important resource, people, so naturally and seamlessly.
She's always saying, you could do this. Yep, you could do this. And I'm looking at her like, no, I can't. She believes in me so much that I'm like, really? I need to believe in me the way you believe in me. So I love that when it comes not just from a manager, but someone who's leading a team and in HR, in the HR world. It's super important to have someone that it's her across the board.